Yo, 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 yo. What's good, everybody? What's good? Yo, it's just Big Game James here. I'm just here chilling, doing my thing. What's good, everybody that's jumped in here, man? Tell your mother, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your uncle, all them. That anybody that likes Cowboys football, tell them to get the hell on here so we can chit chat and talk a little bit. Because I got a little bit to say about this upcoming game and beyond. Because if you've seen the title was Cowboys Talk with Big Game James, BGJ. Nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Looks like it kind of rhymed on that too. But shout outs to everybody that's in the feed right now. Share this, subscribe it, like, do whatever the hell you want. But let's get in here and talk with some Cowboy football. Stephen Arthur, what's good with you? Dexter Green, how you doing? Looking crazy, what's good? Ryan, is it Jingler? What's good with you? Haven't seen you in a while as well. Tariq Salim, what's good with your donation? Donation. You know how we do. You can always get a cracking if you want. I ain't going to be out here begging. If you'd like to donate, you can. If not, it's all good. But let's see. Let's make it happen today. Who else I got in here? Stevie Mac 23, what's good with you, dog? Ryan Humphrey, what's up, man? Keep on out there. Get out there and share this. One of the quick things I want to tell you guys that anybody's trying to wonder why I haven't posted on my Big Game James page. If you do follow me on Facebook on my Big Game James page, I haven't posted the last couple of days. I just got some things I got to take care of on Facebook. You know how Facebook be acting all weird and stuff, and you know how you got to take care of stuff when you got a big page and everything. So I just got to wait for some stuff to come in the mail so I can take care of some things. So I might be out of commission on my big game. My guy Ryan Humford, who's in here right now, he's going to be posting on our Silver and Blue Nation page, keeping it up until I can. It ain't nothing bad. It ain't nothing crazy. I didn't do nothing wrong, but I just got to go through them stupid-ass procedures like Facebook makes you do. So if you don't see anything posted on my Big Game James page, and but like, because I already had a few people jump on there like, we're Big Game James. Yo, I just got to take care of some stuff. So anybody on there, just let them know that's the reason why I haven't been posting on there, and that's it. Been a little frustrated I couldn't, but it's all good. I ain't even been tripping because I got my YouTube and I got y'all here, so we're going to talk some Cowboys football right quick. Hey ho, Tariq with the $2 holla. I love you, dog, for it. You can always crack it with them if you like, if you choose. Donate and let's grow the nation. As my Dog Law Nation says, let's grow it. But I got an interesting topic we're going to talk about today, and I want y'all to listen. I don't want to keep y'all long. I always say I'm not going to keep y'all long. I always say I ain't going to keep y'all long, and then I end up talking like an hour and 15 minutes. But I want to be short and sweet. But I want to talk about what I just said. Nothing to lose, but everything to gain. First, let's talk about what's going on with the Cowboys right now. If you a Cowboy, I'm sure you know what's going on with Dak Prescott. He had the injury, and I'm gonna show you the injury that he had that got the bum shoulder. He got his right shoulder's got the strain, AC joint strain, or the contusion. I don't know which it is. They're being numb about it, but he did a little bit of light throwing today. He's been on the mend all week. He says he's good to go. He hasn't been on the injury report. He hasn't missed a game since he's been there, and I don't see Dak Prescott missing this game. It's too big. So he's not on the injury report. He says he's good. He says he's dealt with the injury. He says he's just, annoying. He says just uncomfortable, but he's going to be able to rock with it. And I don't trip on either. But when I was watching it, and I was like, dang, when I did see him land on it, I was like, yeah, it did look like that would hurt the way Clay Matthews landed. I'm going to show you the land on it right quick. But you look at how he played after that, he still threw for over 200 yards after that and for 2 touchdowns. So for it being kind of tweaky and having some issues within the game, still throwing for 2 touchdowns, I like that. But let me pull that up when he got tackled right quick. I think we're going to show it right quick right here. You're going to see it. Just to show it to you right quick, and I'll show it to you a few times. And it's so funny because when I actually watched this play, as it's getting ready to come up, tell me if you guys are watching it right now. But it's funny because actually when it came up, I was saying that like straight up, like me and Law when we were doing the live, and I seen Clay Matthews land on him like that. I was saying to myself, like, dang, did he hurt his shoulder just the way he landed? I was like, dang, did he hurt his shoulder? As you can see it again right here when Clay Matthews landed on it. But Dak is a warrior. He's a big boy. That's why it pays to be a big guy out there and not some little dude, because when you're little dude, that becomes a separated shoulder, and that ain't just like a little strain. But you see how he battled back. You still how he finished the game. But you didn't really need a Dak Prescott because you had Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard rushing for both over 100 yards. hopefully we can have that again in this Philly game because we've seen Ezekiel Elliott, and I got some good stats. One thing I like doing, I like reading every time the Cowboys play the opponent. I like going to read the opponent's websites, what their get their beat on, what their writers are saying. I like to go on their videos. I like to see what the beat of what they're saying to the team, what they say about the Cowboys, the things that we say about the Cowboys. I go to their sites to see what they're saying, if they're saying the same things about the Cowboys. A lot of them do, but a lot of them do give the Cowboys a lot more props than our own fan base, which is kind of funny to me. But it is true and it's real. But as I said before, I'm talking about nothing to lose, but everything to gain. And the reason why I'm saying that, but I'm jumping ahead. I apologize. I can't help it. I'm just jumping ahead. Let's talk about this injury report before I get into the meat of this right quick. Shout out to anybody. What's up, my Cowboys family? It's hard because I'm trying to, I see you already got it. Lane Johnson is out. I was just getting ready to talk about that injury report because we're going to talk about the meat of what I want to get into. But let's talk about the injuries. The Cowboys are pretty good. Dak's not on the injury report. The Cowboys are pretty good. Looks like everybody's going except LVE, but we knew this. We knew Joe Thomas was a little limited as well. We got Sean Lee. Those guys, we already understand about their injuries. We understand. We've seen Joe Thomas get injured in the last game, so we know about his injury. And, of course, we always know about Sean Lee because every week, to me, Sean Lee should be on the injury report. But hopefully, if he can play like he did last game, lights out, we're going to need that. The Cowboys are going to need that in this big game because it's all or nothing for the Cowboys, in my opinion. On the Eagles side, though, obviously – they haven't seen Deshaun Jackson forever. He's been a Cowboys killer. I'm glad he didn't play for the Eagles this year. I'm just happy he didn't. And then we also know about Alshon Jeffrey being out. Now, Nelson Aguilar, he hadn't practiced all week, and he's questionable. I know he's doesn't ever do anything against the Cowboys, but he does have speed, and you just never know. So their corps are going to be super all the way down. Okay, they're going to be super all the way down. And then as I think Stevie Mac 23 said, Lane Johnson is out, which is going to be huge. Even though DeMarcus Lawrence had a good game against him last time, he's still a problem. He's still an all-pro player. He's still a Pro Bowl player. And for him to be out, that's going to be huge for the Cowboys. The Cowboys, I believe, had 3 sacks in that last game against them. And DeMarcus Lawrence and Quinn both had sacks. And they're going to be licking their chops in this matchup. They're the walking wounded. Everything is pointing up for the Cowboys to win this game. I mean, if you look at the stats right here, just looking at Jason Garrett, he's 7-2 going into Philly. The Cowboys have won the last 6 of the 7 games in Philly. So for all that rockets and all that noise Philly be doing, Cowboys have owned Philadelphia, especially in Philly. Ezekiel Elliott, when starting, is undefeated. Dak Prescott has only lost 1 time against the Eagles. That's pretty good. So it's not like the Eagles are coming in like they should be having their chest out like they're kicking the Cowboys' butt, because that's not what it's showing here. You get what I'm saying? That's not showing what it's showing at all. It's showing the Cowboys really own the Eagles more than anything else. And Jason Garrett, surprisingly, has been killing them, okay? And I also want to talk about, let me just jump right into it because it just keeps jumping into my hair right now. Just listen to y'all. Check this out right now. Producer G, I'll explain that to you later on. He's doing his own thing. I'm doing my own thing. We still love each other. It's kind of like if you got you ever seen record producers or like Tribe Called Quest, or you seen them hot groups that been banging it forever. They make a few albums and then they go do their separate things, but then they come back and do albums. You feel me? That's the way it is with me and Producer G. Just to throw that out there, so So if you haven't seen Producer G, he's doing his own thing. I'm doing my own thing, but we still mess with each other. We still kick it. We still talk. We still do all that. So it's all good. You feel me? We just building and growing. You feel me? But as I was saying before, Cowboys, Jason Garrett. As much as we clamber on Garrett, right, as much as we basically get on Garrett, I was listening to Trent Dilfer, and I wish I had this extra. I'm going to try to pull it up. But he was saying, and I want you to think about this, and I want your opinion on this. And don't look at what Garrett has not done with the Cowboys as far as playoff success. He was saying that if Garrett, and Jerry said this well, like if Garrett lost, or let's say he gets fired, or this is his last season with the Cowboys, he's going to be one of the top coaches in demand in the NFL. He's going to be probably one of the number 1 coaches in demand. Do you agree with that? I kind of do. I do agree with that, and that's not me saying, "Oh, Garrett's all this and that." But look at where if you look at Garrett's record, he has a winning record. He has over 500 percentage with the Cowboys since he's been with the Cowboys. Like you say, he has 3 Division East titles. I was just looking from 2014 Cowboys, 2014 Redskins, 2014 Cowboys, 2016 Eagles, 2017 Cowboys, 2018. If he does 2019, you're looking at only 2 years where the Cowboys really didn't rule the division. You get what I'm saying? But what the expectation is now is that you got to get to the playoffs. The playoff record isn't good. It's 2-3. You got to get to the playoffs and you got to win, because for all that regular season success, after a few years is good. But you know what? You got to get over the hump. But if you were to see the record and what he's done, especially with the Cowboys, do you think he would be a hot commodity? I want to ask y'all that right quick before I jump into this meat of this topic where I'm talking about nothing to lose but everything to gain. Oh, there he is. See, there is my dog, Producer G, right in there with it. I'm going to see what y'all got to say. Yeah, I mean, I feel you, Cowboys. I felt like that was the problem to me with Jerry Jones. When I did a video about 2 or 3, man, probably maybe about a month ago, where I was talking about how Garrett was set up, how he undermined Wade Phillips. Even though we know what Wade Phillips is as far as that great defensive coordinator, hasn't been the greatest head coach as far as playoff goes, but how he undermined him, and he was basically the coach in waiting already with the salary and things of that nature, and how he basically I had already accepted not really mediocrity, but it was always, this is my guy and I'm going to see it through no matter what, because anybody else, if you've seen the way they started out with the Cowboys, they had winning records except Dave Campo. He is the only one that had, besides Dave Campo, that hadn't started with a winning record and got awarded with a 5-year deal after only one winning season. But if you look at the time that he's been there, he's had more winning seasons than losing seasons. He's only had one quote-unquote losing season. Even though 8-8 isn't considered winning or losing, it's not considered a losing season because it's 500. So if you look at all the way around, I do think he would be a top coach that they would be looking for out there, because if you look at what Garrett does, the problem with Garrett is this: he can't get over the hump, and it seems like he can't win the big one. But if you were to take a Jason Garrett and to put him into a team, I definitely feel like he could build that team. I definitely feel he could get that team together. I definitely feel like he could have that team as far as being a productive team. I definitely think he could do that. Do I think he could take that team to a championship and win a Super Bowl? No, I haven't seen that. Okay, I haven't seen that. But for me to sit there and think that Jason Garrett couldn't take a team and he would just go somewhere and be terrible, I just don't believe that, because I never thought he was a terrible coach per se. My thing is, I thought he was an average coach, and unless everything was perfect, he wasn't going to get us to a Super Bowl, because too many times when you're right there, something is always coming up. So once again, here's your time to prove it, and that's where I'm going to jump in right now and just kind of segue to it, as I said. For sure, 88 is not Cowboys standards, but at the end of the day, if you're looking at it record-wise, that's what I'm saying. It's not considered a losing record. In our eyes, it's not a winning record, so yes. But if you're looking at it as a whole, but this was Jerry's guy from the very beginning. This is who Jerry wanted, because this is what Jerry wanted to say. This is my hand-picked dude that I picked to take us there. It was me that picked this guy and raised him up. He wants to say, I raised this guy up. I nurtured him from the beginning, and now look what happened. This is what he wants to do, and that's why he gets every opportunity more than anybody else. Nobody else has got the longest opportunity that he has, and not even freaking Jimmy Johnson. I mean, he's got 10 years more than anybody else, because Jerry wants to see this through, because Jerry has done this. Jerry has, you're my guy. I really wanted you, so I want to see this through, and that's why he gets every opportunity. But if we're talking about something, let me show you something right quick right here that I was looking at. Let me pull this up. Just some things that this Eagles matchup, how we owning these dudes. And this is from the Philly. This is from the Philly part. This is from the Philly people right here. This is kind of like the matchups. One of the things that the Cowboys have to do, we understand this, that they got to get the ball to Ezekiel Elliott, and we got to see Tony Pollard again. Okay, we understand that when it gets tough, they kind of pull back and let's go. We know you get this is all or nothing. Okay, because you ain't got nothing to lose, and that's why I'm saying you ain't got nothing to lose. This is all or nothing, Cowboys, because you ain't got nothing to lose in everything in the game. Because if you lose this game, a lot of people are predicting you to lose anyway. A lot of people are already saying you will lose because you're the Cowboys. This is what y'all do. Y'all don't win these big type games, so there ain't really nothing to lose. So really, the Cowboys should play really pressure free and stress free. You should play really aggressive like you played in that Rams game on defense and offense. So that's why you should see some Tony Pollard. That's why you should see some Blake Jarwin. And I listened to Stephen Jones, and he said the playbook will be fully open, and that's what it should be because you got nothing to lose. Because at the end of the day, if you do lose, right, you're just going to get rid of Garrett. You're going to be on a head coach search with a lot of people, Cowboys world, Cowboy media, a lot of people want anyway. So you don't really got nothing to lose, but you got everything to gain if you do this. But let's check out how really the Cowboys need to get some few people this ball, especially a dude named Ezekiel Elliott, because look what he has done since he's been going against these Eagles, man. He's been owning these dudes, dog. The last, three matchups, they got it right here. This is from the Philly people. The last 3 matchups that we got right here, going nutty. Look at these. Week 10, 19 carries, 151 yards, 7.9 yards a carry. Week 14, 28 carries, 113, 4 yards average a carry. And then we just seen him go 22 for 111 in that game where it was just like he was running like a monster and a beast. He was running like he was renewed. And then you saw how he ran in that Rams game. Game plan, we understand it. I want to see more of that motion. If you want to motion Tavon Austin, but even when I was talking to Okoye, when he was saying that the teams can get a beat on it, and I was agreeing with him, because if you're only showing motion one time, whereas it seemed like in the beginning of the season, they were showing motion, guys were spreading out, guys were going in motion all the time, and you could never get a beat on the defense, and that's what Kellen Moore was talking about. And it seemed like when we got in these big games, that was scaled back. So what he was saying was the defense gets a beat on us, because if you're only sending Tavon Austin in motion one time in the game, defense knows what you're going to do when you send him in motion. You know most time he's not going to get that ball. You're still going to give Ezekiel Elliott, so they know who to key on. So what we got to do is you got to continue to have it more fluent in the game. So you setting up that defense. But at the end of the day, yes, you want to get Ezekiel Elliott the ball because you see what he does. He owns the Eagles 5-0, especially up in Philly. He be killing them boys, okay? So we already know Ezekiel Elliott has to get the ball. But at the end of the day, as I said before, nothing to lose but everything to gain. Because what you have everything to gain here, is you have first time back-to-back NFC East champions. That hasn't happened since 2004. Everything to gain. First time 2 winning back-to-back seasons as far as playoff appearances. Everything to gain. So you be doing things that you've never done before, that you never seen before. Because like I said, you haven't seen Jason Garrett get 2 back-to-back playoff appearances. It's always 1 year on, 1 year off. Even years, odd years. Me and producer G have talked about this since we've been started Silver and Blue Nation, that it's the odd and even years. And this is the year he can break it. This is the year. And just like I said, talk is cheap. Actions speak louder than words. Everything I've been correlating as far as these videos are coming up to this. It's basically put up or shut up, but it shouldn't be any pressure on the Dallas Cowboys. It shouldn't be any pressure on the Dallas Cowboys because it's always said that you're going to choke this anyway. You're not going to make it anyway. So there should be no pressure on the Cowboys to make this happen. Nothing to lose. So you should play with the reckless abandon in this game. You should play reckless, and you own them. Let me show you another person who owns the Eagles, and it should be exploited in this game. And the Eagles have the number 3 rushing defense in the league, but everybody they have shut down, but it has not been Ezekiel Elliott. So figure out, get Ezekiel Elliott the ball. And we also know who else owns them Eagles is this kid named Amari Cooper. Now, he's been kind of silent. Now, something about Amari Cooper. I love Amari Cooper, but he seem aloof sometimes. Like, when they be interviewing Amari Cooper, he just be like they were interviewing and it was like, what This a playoff type game, you know, with the Eagles. He's like, yeah, if you know if that's what you want to call it. Maybe he just get annoyed by the reporters because they're asking him stupid questions. I get it. Maybe that's what it probably is. I'm probably just going overboard. He probably just like, man, y'all asking these really stupid and ridiculous questions. Sometimes he just tripped me out on his answers. But you see who else owns the Eagles, and their secondary is trash. So when you're looking at this game, Cowboys should be going up there, even with Dak Prescott having a bum shoulder, with the supreme confidence that we're gonna kick your butts. Okay, so there's nothing to lose, because if you lose this game, everything getting tore apart. Okay, Garrett gonna be gone, everything gonna be tore apart. But you got everything to gain in this, because you can do things that you never done before, and if you do things that you never done before, then maybe some things could happen that could never happen before. If they've already happened before, if they happen in this Sunday game, they'll be happening like they haven't happened before since 2004 for the back-to-back titles, and never before under Garrett's tutelage having back-to-back playoff appearances. So if you're doing things that have never happened before, then things could happen like that in the playoffs. Now, we haven't seen it. We understand we haven't seen it, but there's still a chance. And even though I haven't seen it and it's hard for me to believe it, even though in my heart I want to believe it, I haven't seen it, there's still a chance because we can't predict the future. But look what Amari does against these guys right here. Owns these boys. Totally owns them. But it seems like Amari's been a disappearing person. But one of the things that we have been talked about, and I had even mentioned, I had posted a couple articles how Omar has been getting locked up by the top cornerbacks as of late. But obviously, he's not going to be playing against some top ones in this Philly game. So this should be a game where the Cowboys really should exploit a lot of the Eagles' deficiencies in the secondary. We know they have a great run defense, but guess what? The Cowboys have owned that run defense. They're on the men. And if we look at the Cowboys, the way they played in that Rams game, I'm not even saying that they're back defensively. Okay, I'm not even saying they're back defensively. I'm not even saying they're back as a team, because I wasn't getting super geeked up over that Rams game. I wasn't getting super geeked up on that Rams game because for the simple fact I seen the Cowboys do this. Matter of fact, when you and Law were talking about this, and I said the Cowboys will win this type of game. You lose these 3 games, and then you play the Rams, who are good, and then everybody says you're going to lose. That's when the Cowboys win. You get what I'm saying? So once again, nothing to lose but everything to gain, because Cowboys seem to play better when everybody tells you're going to lose. So you really got nothing to lose because everybody's going to tell you you're going to lose. So really you should use that motivational speech to yourself when you're getting up for these games, because ain't nobody predicting y'all to win nothing no way. Everybody's going to say Garrett is going to fail. Garrett should say that to the players. They're already expecting me to fail and be gone and be the coach out of here. Use that speech. Say that speech to them players. Everybody's already expecting me to leave anyway. Everybody's already expecting us to lose anyway. Ain't nobody predicting us to do this. Yeah, there's some people in the news here and there saying they're going to do this, but everybody's going to think the Cowboys are still going to choke because so many years that Cowboys have done it. So you got nothing to lose. So you might as well go out there and play with reckless abandon all these games. Now, you win this game in this Philly game, and then you are the NFC East champs. Then you're going against Washington. So obviously you're looking at that contract, Dak Prescott, and maybe Amari Cooper. Both of you guys are trying to get that money. I don't know if you guys are playing. That'd be a game if they did wrap up. Even though I want momentum, I could definitely see a Dak Prescott sitting out that game and maybe a Cooper rush, and then you seeing Amari Cooper sitting out that game. Because number one, that money, I get it, but you ain't entering them guys if you're trying to go to the playoffs. I know you want to have that hot streak and whatever. But if you got the quarterback who's injured and he's playing in this game, and you see how it goes in this Philly game, I don't give a hell. I don't want him playing in that Washington game. You know what I'm saying? Let Cooper Rush play that game, especially if they locked it up. We do not want to see no Cooper Rush playing no damn playoff game, do you? No, you don't. You don't want to see nothing like that. But let me see what y'all got to say and why I've been talking y'all's head out, because I'm about to get up off here. But a few more things I want to say, but I want to see what y'all got to say. See if y'all got me any questions right now. Marco says defenses is my only concern, considering that was our strength once upon a time. I mean, this is what I feel about the defense. I feel like the defense, the front line is is average as far as the middle. Now we ain't talking about the ends because DeMarcus Lawrence is not an average player. He's a very good player as long as along with Quinn. Now Quinn gets swallowed up on that run defense. I think that's the problem. But I think the problems with the Cowboys is just what I said in videos before this Rams game is getting back to the basic. You can't have all these missed tackles. You got to get back to the basics. And even Sean Lee has said it himself to the defense. You got to get back to the basics. And what happened? They got back to the basics. They were tackling. It wasn't like a lot of guys had like 10 tackle games, but a lot of them were playing gang tackling. A lot of them were staying with their man. They weren't playing hero ball. They were getting off their man and making the plays. And that's what you saw. And you saw when Antoine Woods, who was huge, he was prior to me one of the players of the game on defense along with Sean Lee. He was the player of the game. I know Sean Lee did what he did, but Antoine Woods came back and played like a monster that game. You know, he hadn't played to, I'll probably say, his quote-unquote standards, and that run middle was getting beat up, but he set the tone with that middle. You get what I'm saying? He definitely set the tone with that middle. The way he started out, he had, 5 tackles, I believe, in that game, and he was stuffing Todd Gurley from the very beginning. And usually when you can get them out of that rhythm, because you saw they were trying to go no huddle and trying to get the offense going because they were stopping that run. So I think if the defense plays like they're supposed to and stay with the basics and stay aggressive, the Cowboys have to be aggressive this game. They cannot fear these receiving core. They don't have anybody out there. We know who they have, Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. We know who they're going to get the ball to. And even in that first game, Dallas Goedert is the only one. I think he had the touchdown and had 4 catches, but Zach Ertz really didn't do anything that game. I think he had 2 catches for 38 yards, if I'm correct. So the Cowboys shut down that Zach Ertz, and that was one of the reasons. And turnovers were huge in that game. That was the main reason to me, was the turnovers. But you've seen them shutting down. You know who they're going to go to. Sanders in that backfield, he had 122 yards last week, so we know he's the speed guy. But the Cowboys, if they just stay with the basics, I feel like this will be not an easy game, but you should shut them down. And we've seen, even though Carson Wentz statistically wise is not like having a terrible season, he's not looking like the Carson Wentz they have ballyhooed these years past. Muggs Maxwell says, what if Garrett takes us all the way? Does he still lose his job? I don't know, because if he gets to the Super Bowl, Jerry ain't firing him. That's just my opinion. If Jason Garrett goes through all this, and he gets to the Super Bowl and loses, I still think he's getting a contract. I mean, because Jerry loves him. Why would Jerry Jones, if he's been stuck with him this whole time and he ain't got to a Super Bowl, would he fire him if he gets all the way to the Super Bowl? That ain't happening. Jerry love him. He gets to the Super Bowl because he's gonna say, he did it. He's done it. So ain't none of y'all can say anything. He's gonna tell us, everybody, all the fans, to shut the hell up. Yeah, I feel what you say, Zachary Nation's Cowboys Z Nation. I don't want us to play bad, but at the end of the day, I'm sorry. If you got your quarterback who's got a bum shoulder, and then you see what happens in this Philly game, if he gets bumped around a little bit and that shoulder's not good, I'm not playing him in that Washington game. And he probably may not play. He's gonna be thinking about his money too. Remember, he's not in a contract. He's like in a contract. He's playing for a contract, and so is Amari Cooper. And we can say what we want about, they need to play whatever. They have contracts on their minds, and they got their money on their minds too. This ain't just they love the team and all that. I know they do, but this is dollars and cents for them. They trying to get contracts and get paid, and that's not going to see – I don't see a Dak Prescott with a bad shoulder, especially if he gets roughed up a little bit in this Philly game, playing in the Redskins, especially if they win and clinch and are in the playoffs. I just don't see them playing a Dak Prescott or Amari, because both of them Amari's been banged up all year, number one, and you really want to have a threat of Dak Prescott getting hurt and you rolling with Amari Cooper in the playoffs? I mean, not Amari Cooper, Cooper Rush? Seriously? Hell no, I don't want that. I don't want to see nothing like that. You crazy? What's up, Boo Thing? Yes, we need definitely. MJ says we definitely need Woods to play like he did. We definitely do. Um, I wonder how effective Dak will be as well, but I think he's going to be okay. Hopefully, Kellen Moore in the offense puts play plays around him to understand that we're not going to have to throw deep. They're not going to have to go out there and throw deep. Throw the little dump offs, throw the little quick plays here and there, throw screen passes, get Ezekiel Elliott involved, get Tony Pollard involved, do some little trickery. Don't put the game on a Dak Prescott this game. I think that's the biggest thing. Don't get predictable, but don't put the game on Dak Prescott. And you know how to do it. I mean, you did it in that Rams game. Even though it looked like the Cowboys were doing a lot of different things, I think they were doing a lot of things, but the things they were doing this time were just more effective because blocking and things of that nature. Marco says why is the fullback isn't using this offense? We have a good one. First of all, what's up, Derek Clegg? How you doing, big dog? First of all, I don't think Jamez is all that. I think he's okay. Actually, I think we should have kept Keith. The Cowboys should have kept Keith Smith. I think he was better. I think he offered more. I thought he was better on special teams. He used to be a former linebacker. I thought he was a really good blocker. And the thing is, I think he loved the Cowboys more than anything else. And the fact that he loved the Cowboys, I think it played different. He played stronger. I mean, he put more into it. And I mean, he could catch the ball at the backfield. So Kellen Moore to me is that Linehan-ish. As I said before, he's Linehan-ish. Because he does, the Linehan didn't really like using that fullback as well, and now you see Kellen Moore. He kind of does that, when he likes to get kind of pass happy. You see how more effective it is when you do use the fullback. But we'll see. I don't think he's going away. Is going to do it as far as using him more. But hopefully you can see where he used him in games where the running game is a lot more effective. Yeah, Booth thing was good. Like and share and donate. Like and share and donate. See, I ain't wise. I'm an old schooler. See, I'm so damn old school, y'all. I'm so damn old school. Like I need to really step my game up. Like I'm old school. Like I look younger than I am, but I'm definitely old school. Um, cause I'm like back like 1920s back in the day. So I'm going through our like cable or whatever, our little thing, and I'm like so mad because I'm like looking for like NFL shows and stuff, and then I just happen to see the NFL show, and I'm like, do we got that? Because you be having NFL shows, but it don't play. It be fooling you. You be thinking you got it, and then as soon as you tap it and press it, it be like, call your cable provider if you want to watch this. And that happened to me, and I'm getting like pissed off. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna get sucked up in it. But I guess what? I actually hit it, and it was playing. Now it ain't playing all the good at NFL stuff. It's the NFL Network where they just show nothing but like old, like not old games, but them 2004 games, '05 them players that you know. But they just played this before the Cowboys came on. Cowboys played the Eagles. It was 2011, I think, 2012. Cowboys won 38-21. Nick Foles. It was Morris Claiborne's rookie year. I was excited watching that game. Morris Claiborne was getting abused. Oh my God! Remember Morris Claiborne? He was getting abused. Nick Foles rookie game had a couple interceptions. Was it Rob Ryan? Rex Ryan. Yeah. Rob Ryan's defense came through. Good to see Anthony Spencer, Jason Hatcher, Ratliff. I seen DeMarcus Ware. It's good seeing a lot of those players again. What's up, Sheila Neal? How you doing? Yeah, my Cowboys family. I definitely feel you with the Malcolm Smith thing, but I wonder how effective he's going to be because, and I'm not saying he's not effective. I know Chris Richard, he's been with Chris Richard. That was kind of, to me, a Chris Richard pick. But I wonder how much, how much he's really going to contribute. I think he would know the system. It would be easy for him to learn. I don't think it's a complicated system for him to come in. But as you said before, Joe Thomas not a healthy. LVE is out. Sean Lee, I can't trust him. I'm sorry. He played lights out in that game against the Rams, but he's a hamstring injury away from being out again. So you get what I'm saying? I definitely don't want to see Marsh Lillard in there. Yeah, okay. I'm not hating on you, dog, but I want to see you in there. And Chris Covington, I think he's been a complete bust. I don't even. I mean, where we ever see him? Show me. He had a few tackles, I think, a couple games before, but can we see what he could ever do in a game? So Yeah, I think this was a good signing for a veteran, but hopefully he can come in and make some plays because he may have to make some plays the way this corpse is depleted. And like I said, Sean Lee is one injury away from being gone for how long? So we'll see how much Malcolm can really contribute. Had a couple real good seasons over at Oakland, 100 tackle seasons too, and I believe, but had the injury bug with San Francisco. Played a few games at Jacksonville, so we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna need him. I know that. I think definitely gonna think them. They're gonna need him going forward. Yes, Stephen Arthur Jordan Lewis is a playmaker, and he's got the best of And I wanted to ask y'all because Ryan Humphrey, my guy who's working with me on Silver and Blue Nation, I said I wasn't gonna talk all day, but y'all get me to talking. See, I'll be one to just quit, but y'all get me to talking, man. Y'all get me to talking. But my guy Ryan, I want to ask y'all this since he had asked this on Silver and Blue Nation. Ask y'all this right quick. Byron Jones. He's we know it is with Byron Jones. Would you let him throw Jordan Lewis on the outside? I think Cheeto should go to safety. What should the Cowboys do with this cornerback situation? Should they just let Byron Jones? They're going to make an offer for him. I wonder if he's going to get paid the highest paid. I would not think so because he doesn't get interceptions, and people really look at that premium. And he has not had a down year; he's had a good year. They said if just as good, if not better than last year. Still doesn't have the picks. We know he's not a playmaker. That's just not what he is. But he's a sticky guy and he can cover you. But if he doesn't get that money with Dallas, do you have a Jordan Lewis? He's playing in his contract year. Him and Awuzie. He played a good the last couple games. But that's a tricky situation. It's like the Cowboys, it looked like just a couple years ago they were okay at the cornerback position, but not right back. They're in flux because you got guys who you don't. Anthony Brown, he's a free agent. That's going to be a tricky situation, this cornerback spot, and it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out with Byron Jones. I'm really interested to see how this is going to play out with Byron Jones. I think the Cowboys are going to make some offer, but you know how the Cowboys do. They don't be coming out with them high offers. They'll try to lowball you. You see how they come. They will try to lowball you. So I don't think they're going to throw that top dollar at him. I don't know if he'll get that top dollar on the market to me just because he doesn't get interceptions. Is he a beast as far as coverage? Hell yeah. He's made this seamless transition from safety we've all have been talking about it. Put him at corner, put him at corner, put him at corner. He finally got a corner and you see what he does. You would love, I mean, he'd be the dog. If he could get interceptions, he'd be one of the best in the game, I think. If he could pluck them interceptions, get about 3-4 picks a year, he'd be one of the best in the game. So that's the tricky part because his coverage is out of this world. If he could just get those ints, yeah, he's getting paid top dollar. Like he's getting one tops in the league. But without that, I don't know if teams are going to pay that because they put that premium on it because yeah, you got great coverage, but we need people to get turnovers. That's why they pay those big guys that money. They have the playmaking ability. He hasn't shown that, at least with Dallas. Yeah, I did like Justin Phillips over Covington. That kind of made me mad. And then you were talking about, uh, but you know what? Cowboys got that Westery kid as well. Okay, and I think that kid can develop. He's every bit of 6'4.5". I seen him. He is nothing but legs, but let him develop. He could be doing something. But as I was saying before, I didn't mean to get off topic, but I like when I just get to chit chat with y'all. But as I said before, the topic, like I said, is Cowboys ain't got nothing to lose but everything to gain. When you really think about this, Cowboys ain't got nothing to lose but everything to gain. Everything to gain as the shit. You can shut up all the naysayers finally. You can make everybody shut up because everybody thinks you're not going to do it. So That's what I said. Nothing to lose. Shouldn't even go in there with we're tight. You shouldn't even go in there with feeling like this is pressure because people are already thinking it's over. A lot of people already want you gone. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to see you back. A lot of people don't want it all gone. Want a whole turnover. You get what I'm saying? So nothing to lose with that. So when you go to Philly, should play like that. Should play with a reckless abandon. Should play with no holds barred because there ain't nothing to lose, because if you lose, it's just what everybody already thought. But if you win, it's everything to gain. Because as I said before, you're going to have one step that you haven't did before. Under Garrett, back-to-back playoff appearances. That's everything to gain. Back-to-back NFC East titles. Everything to gain. That hasn't happened since 2004. Getting into the big dance. Anything can happen. Everything to gain. So you should really approach the rest of these games with nothing to lose and everything to gain. Approach these playoffs with nothing to lose. And you should tell the players, we ain't got nothing to lose. Because everybody already think we ain't going to do it anyway. And to me, if I'm a player, this is just me. I played. And that would be motivation for me. It just would. Because I would get tired of the people talking trash and talking shit about us. You know what I'm saying? And telling my homie, I'm telling DeMarcus Lawrence, we ain't got nothing to lose, dog. So let's go out there and kill these. Let's go out there and just play reckless. And the coaches have to do that as well. When I had Okoye on here Wednesday, the coaches have to get on one mind and one accord. And are we going to be aggressive or are we going to be conservative? Because we've seen when the Cowboys are ultra aggressive on offense and defense, this team is unstoppable. It's scary. And that's why Cowboys fans, media, people are frustrated alike, because when you see how aggressive the team is, when it is aggressive on offense and defense, especially when I think the reason why the Cowboys don't do what they do on defense is, number one, they get too Hollywood, as we saw. But if they would stay with the fundamentals and be aggressive across the board, I mean, we're one of the worst blitz teams in the league as far as blitzing goes. If they would just get aggressive, and you see when the Cowboys get aggressive how much better the team is. And that's when everybody sits back and saying, like, why don't they ever do this all the time? Because they can beat anybody when they do this. I look at the team like, what, we're really supposed to be scared of the Niners and the Saints and the Vikings? No. That's going to be any of them teams. So you should play with nothing to lose but everything to gain. Because you can do something that hasn't happened in Cowboy land. You can get a sixth title. That hasn't happened. You can get to an NFC East champion game. NFC East championship game. That hasn't happened since 5 Super Bowl. Nothing to lose but everything to gain. Oh, you can download that. You can actually go check Sky High 22. Go check out my son, Kid Columbus, Ki2 capital D's Columbus. He's on iTunes. He's on Spotify. He's on all them. Hit him up on that platform. He's got that. He's got his whole CD. He's got a CD out now. So, matter of fact, if you want to support my son, check him out. Kid Columbus. He did my "How About Them Cowboys" song. It was banging. Ki2 capital D's Columbus. You can find him. He got a YouTube. He's got his own YouTube channel. He's got his new. I believe he's got his album out now. He's got about 3 or 4 videos popping. He's on the come up. Make sure you check him out. He got some good stuff going on. He kind of wild like his pops, but hey, it's all good. Yes. As I'm listening to you right now, what's up, Tavis Banks? How you doing? Appreciate you, Sky High 22. But yeah, I mean, it's obvious. Like I said, defend the screen game. We know it's coming, and the Cowboys still haven't done to them. I mean, and it's like when they are ultra aggressive, but like you said, stay disciplined. That is the biggest thing. I've been screaming for the last, 3 videos I've been doing. Discipline. Back to the basics, staying focused, and being disciplined. staying in your gaps, staying in your lanes, not being a hero, gang tackling, not missing the first tackle. These are the basic things. When those Cowboys do that, they are a lot more effective, and then you see how you're like, wow, this defense looks good when they're doing what they're supposed to do. Yes, this scheme has to go. I probably feel like, you know what, I'm tired of Marinelli. I'm sorry, I am. If Richard went, I wouldn't be tripping either. Keeping all the way real. Uh, so we'll see with that. I really thinking about now. I wish we had some Eberflus. I had made a video a couple weeks ago, and I was talking about how Eberflus, and one of the reasons why they loved him, he said that defense was ultra fast. They were disciplined and they were aggressive. And just you see how Eberflus has that team playing over there, and you see how he has those players playing over there. I liked Eberflus, but one of the reasons why he didn't, and I think that's the reason why the Cowboys have this problem on defense, is because Eberflus wanted to coach this defense by himself, and he couldn't here in Dallas. And that's why he left and went to Indianapolis. He said it before. I didn't want to step on Rob Marinelli's toes. No, it wasn't just saying that. It's no, Rob Marinelli ain't going to let me coach this defense like I want to. He's not going to let me make my calls when I want to. Okay? So they're going to be that back and forth. So I don't want to deal with that. So you know what? I'm going to go somewhere where I am the full defensive coordinator. When you look at us right now, it's passing coordinator with defensive line. I mean, come on, man. And then it just seems like there's back and forth as far as what they're on the same page as far as what they're going to do on the defense. I mean, and I think that's the issue. I just want to have one guy who's controlling the defense, and that's it. This is the defensive coordinator. This is the guy. Not is Richard calling it this day, is Ma Marinelli. I don't want to deal with that. I want to have one guy with one mind and one accord, and I want it to be an ultra-aggressive type guy. Eberflus, that's his name. I didn't butcher that. Hey, and LC, I'm more than a YouTuber, big dog. I actually went to media school. We just do this on the, started this on the low. I went to media school. I did got in recruiting. I actually did coach, so I ain't just no YouTuber flash pie. Woke up one day and said, hey, I want to create a YouTube page and not put in no work, okay? So, yeah, probably do have to apologize if I messed up on any words, but I know that's Matt Eberflus. I know that's his name. But this is not a person who just started a YouTube page, just woke up one day and started YouTube and none of that. No, it ain't like that, dog. I put in work over here, okay? I put in work. So I appreciate put in work over here. Yeah, Derek Clay, they're gonna run the hell out of them screens. They're gonna be doing it all day. And oh, this still should be a game. This is a game where I'm sitting there thinking like I'm not even really tripping off of this game as far as like the Cowboys really should whoop these boys. But so many times when I sit there and say this is when the Cowboys should whoop a team, things should happen. But like I said, if they go in this with nothing to lose and everything to gain, this should be a smackdown. But which Cowboys team is going to show up? I believe that I think the Cowboys will be up for this for some reason. And I hate when I think this way and then they let me down because that is the problem. But I just feel in my heart they understand what's at hand. I just feel like they understand what's at hand. They understand what's at hand. And they should really go in there, especially when you own them before. You own this team. You own them in Philly. Okay? 6 out of the last 7, you owned them in Philly. Okay, so this should not be some like, oh, we go out there and struggle. You own them. They have owned them. Won the last 4 games against Philly. 6 of the last 7. Okay, beating them up at home. 7-2 at home. This shouldn't be a game where this is some surprising thing. So this really should be a game that, you know, this should be nothing to lose and everything to gain, folks. I'm about to get off here. I ain't trying to hold y'all, but sometimes y'all forgive me. But I like talking to y'all. I like when we on here. I don't want to just sit there and just talk the talk. But I like talking to y'all. I like listening to what y'all got to say. It makes me talk more. I like when y'all interject more. It makes me just brings it out even more because y'all got a lot of good stuff to say. I just want to give y'all shout outs. But I'm just I when I think Ryan Humford asked this question. I think I want to ask this question before I get ready to close this. But what do y'all really feel about this Cowboys? I mean, what do you really feel about this year? What do you feel in your insides? I mean, are you like, I honestly don't know? Are you like that? Are you like, we ain't gonna do nothing? Or do you believe they can really get to a Super Bowl this year? I want to know your thoughts right with that. I mean, what's your feeling on the inside? Is this, do you feel, oh, you know what, this is just another setup, or you think, you know what, Garrett's time is over, they're gonna fail? I mean, what do you feel? Because I don't, my heart is right now is this. This is my heart on this. I It's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. My heart is like, you know what? I ain't never seen this dude do it. But when I see, I'm looking like, but damn, they got a chance, dog. They got a chance. That's why I just feel like there is a chance. I just feel like there's a chance. I know the Cowboys are still alive. That this Sunday is going to determine a lot of things. But I'm just like, man, dog, like this is the team that could really surprise some people because ain't nobody predicting them. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. This is a season. They had all the expectations at the very beginning for a Super Bowl, whatever, and it hasn't happened. Been controversy as usual, up and down, inconsistency, this and that. Everybody's saying it's the same old Cowboys. Y'all gonna do the same thing. You're gonna choke again. And I'm sitting there thinking like, dang, they can really change this whole damn narrative. You know, nothing to lose, everything to gain. It can change this whole damn narrative. And I feel like there's a chance. I feel you, my Cowboys family. I said it myself. I can't trust them, but you be sitting there thinking like, damn, if this team ain't, yes, I mean, we all feel the same. Ain't it crazy? Y'all, it's so crazy when I listen about how we all feel the same. It's crazy. It's like we want to believe. Like, it's not like we hating. It's not like we hating. It's not like we hating. People be thinking, everybody be thinking, oh, y'all be hating. It ain't like we hating. But it's what you show me. And we look at this team like, ooh, y'all make me so mad because, man, dog, oh, we could just, it could happen. And I hate getting a little bit excited. It frustrates me. I hate getting a little bit excited because I'm sitting there thinking like, this team could really do it and just shut a lot of people up. It really could happen. But, man, then I go back to, but is this the same old thing? Nothing to lose but everything to gain. This team frustrates me like no other. I hate it. I don't know about y'all, but I hate it. Yeah. Y'all know it. Yeah, and it's just we sit there, we watch this game. You sit there, you watch this game, and you're like, y'all make me so mad because we look at this team like, damn, it's not like we got bum players. You feel me? It's not like the team is scrubs. You had this team being built since Garrett has been there. You won under him. It's like, oh my God, like, can they finally do this, man? Nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Cowboys, say that to yourselves. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. And once again, if you love your coach like that, show it because you can beat these Saints, these Vikings, these Seahawks. There's not a team you can't go in there and whoop. But like a lot of us said, I'm looking in the feeds. I made a post. It's like that Al Pacino Godfather. Every time I'm ready to give y'all up, y'all pull me back in. Every time I'm ready to be like, man, see, that's why. That's why. That's why. I be saying myself. I don't know if y'all say that, but this is what I say to myself. See, that's why. See, that's why. That's why. See, I be just pointing. See, that's why. It's almost like you trust in your kid or your cheating girlfriend or cheating boyfriend, and you want to give them that trust. Say, you cheated on me. You cheated on me 4 times. I'm gonna believe you. Even though I shouldn't, cause I just feel like you're gonna do it again. You're gonna cheat on me again. But I'm gonna give you a chance, cause I love you so much. And I love you. But I don't trust you, because you know what? But I'm gonna trust you. And then guess what? You feel me? That's the way I be feeling. Stephen Arthur asked me, do you think we need to get another backup quarterback next year? Hell yeah. I'm not cool with Cooper Rush. No. Hell to the yes, Stephen Arthur. I've been screaming that I am not cool with Cooper Rush. I don't care what he looked like. I know he looked okay in the last couple of preseason. I know. I don't want Cooper Rush. I want somebody else. And if they can make that happen, they need to make that happen. For sure. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, D. Will, I feel you with that. I like Tony Powell. Young Reggie Bush, I'd like to know. But, hey, I'm going to get up off here. I've been talking enough. Been on here about a little over an hour. Appreciate everybody once again. Don't leave yet, because y'all be leaving as soon as I say I'm getting ready to cut up. Y'all be like, I'll be looking at the numbers. They be dropping like a mud sucker. Come on, man. Wait till I'm done before you leave. I got a few things to say, y'all. But check this out. Number one, me and Skywalker still, I think we were supposed to do a podcast this week. He got a lot of, he got some things going on. He got some other shows that he does. So we are going to pop one off, Stargaze podcast. I think we're going to do it early Sunday day, kind of that pregame mumbo jumbo. And then Sunday, me and Law, we did our first watch party last week. We're going to do another watch party, big game. So me and Law are going to do a watch party this Sunday. So make sure you tune in on both our channels. And I know y'all be on Law's page. I know Law got like 40K, 41K over there. I'm just starting out over here. I'm just starting out on my grind over here. And once again, I'm just not a YouTuber. I'm going to have to make that clear to all y'all people out there. I'm just not a YouTuber. I put in work, went to school, put in work, not just one school, multiple schools. I didn't just sit here and just say, oh, I'm just going to do this. So I just want y'all to know I put in work over here. I work for this. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no game. But anyway, get on my page too. I know y'all be on Law's page. You know that's my dog. Get on mine too, though. You know what I'm saying? Get on mine too. Fill up my room too. I be talking too. Spread it out a little bit. So jump on my page too, y'all. Feel me? But me and Law going to get that in Sunday, because that's going to be a huge game, and we're going to get some good talking in on there. You feel me? Yeah, I'm going to be going live during the game. And also, like I said, so if you haven't been seeing, like Tavis, if you haven't been seeing me posting on my Big Game James page, there's some technical things I have to take care of on Facebook. Nothing bad, nothing crazy. Facebook, they just be tripping, yo. They just be on that goofy stuff, so I have to take care of some stuff on my end. So my page is still up. It's just I won't be able to be posting on it until I take care of a few things. My homie, Ryan Humphrey, he is taking care of the Silver and Blue. He's still going to be updating and posting, so make sure you just keep on tuning in. And whenever I go live on YouTube, he'll post it on there for you. And like I said, I'll be back up and running and get that back on popping. But if you ain't hearing me on my Big Game James page on Facebook, I'm going to be here on the tube. I'll probably be on the Instagram. I got to get that back up and popping. But as I said before, be a lot of time, a lot of outlets. But I got to get on that ground. I ain't got to make no excuses. So check me out on the Instagram tip too. I don't really be messing with no Twitter like that as far as going live. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, the one thing with Twitter is kind of funny though. Like with the Twitter pages, like I think it's kind of only reason why I'm gonna keep it real. Only reason why I got a Twitter page for real. Only reason why I got a Twitter page is because when I came out of school, they were like, my homeboy, he live in Arizona, and he a big Cardinals fan. We was talking back and forth, sports tip. He was like, I came out of school. He's like, Dad, you got a Twitter, and I didn't even know how to work Twitter. I told you I'm old school. Like y'all need to understand. I'm catching up with a lot of this stuff. So he was like, yeah, you need to get a Twitter page, dog. And I'm like, man, I don't like Twitter because they be reckless on Twitter, dog. Like they be reckless. I don't be dealing with them on Twitter. They be crazy. Too many want to be gangsters and thugs on that Twitter, man. Ooh, no, not me. So I was like, nah, I don't want to really do no Twitter. You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, I guess you ain't being no sports. You ain't doing media. No sports, no media. Because if you ain't doing Twitter, you ain't doing nothing. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, I get on there. But one thing I don't do on Twitter, I don't try to do useless, dumb tweets just to get Twitter followers. Like, I see people on there, and I'm not getting on nobody, but I just see people making like 10, 15 tweets a day, and I'm on just stuff that's not relevant to me, and I'm not going to make just senseless, dumb tweets just to get, ooh, I made a funny, or I made a real deep tweet, or I made a real statistical tweet that I got 4 followers, because people do that, and then if you ain't tweeting all the time for them, they unfollow you. So, man, I ain't doing that. If you want to follow me, cool. It's at Yates James, YAITES. You can follow me on Twitter, but don't be expecting me to make no useless posts because I ain't doing it. If you follow me for that, don't follow me. Just keeping it all the way real. Yeah, Facebook be whacking, yo. You know what I'm saying? But as I said before, I see a lot of y'all heading out. But yeah, check us out. I'm going live. Me and Law doing a watch party. Still be banging it. The season's coming down to an end, and just gonna be reorganizing some things on my tip. Building and growing, and learning. As I told y'all before, I want to tell y'all this. This is my goal, and I want y'all to hear this. Okay. My goal wasn't to be like a YouTuber or anything like that, but I love the outlet it's gave me. When I got into media, my job, I wanted to do a lot of things in media. Get behind the scenes, get in that locker room, get real, get the real scoops. You get what I'm saying? Get my own show, whether it's syndicated things of that nature. So I'm trying to grind and open up own doors for myself. But me, DDP, Law Nation, we got visions, and it's just bigger than YouTube. What we're really trying to put together, and it doesn't happen within a day, but you have to have a start, and this is kind of like a platform and a format. But I really want y'all to really stay with us and continue to support our our stuff. You know how Law and them, when they getting it in, I'm just a newbie in this. I'm still growing, but just continue to please support, because we got some visions that we talking to behind the scenes of what we really want to create. Not just Cowboys, just a bunch of sports related, and you just having all various outlets with different people giving different views and making it real, just kind of dynamic. So please continue to support Silver and Blue Nation in this for the long haul, and I'm trying to do some things that really give back to the community, the Cowboys community, the Cowboys fanship, or just sports people in general. I want to bring out great fire product, and the people I work with, we want to have that same type of thing, give you that top type of stuff that y'all kind of never see before, and give it to you in the realest terms, and give it to you where it's banging. So I just want to tell y'all once again, I appreciate everybody. Continue to please support, subscribe. Let's build this channel. Let's make Silver and Blue Nation grow. DDP, Law Nation, my peoples out there, Skywalker Steel, my peoples out there. Let's make this thing grow. And I'll be talking to y'all soon. And remember, nothing to lose, everything to gain. All right? I'll holler at y'all. Peace. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to jump off. Yeah. Yeah, Andrew Jackson, before I said that. Yeah, we talking like a TV network. Check us out. It's going to be real. Check us out. Stay with this. It's going to be banging. I'll talk to y'all. Peace. Love y'all.